I being a man of post-harvest technology, so I prefer to restrict my topic on the post-harvest, even though I start working on post-harvest management after completion of my PhD. Prior to that, I worked little bit on vegetables. So last more than 12 years, even though I am not in my own subject, because I am altogether in a management for last 12 years altogether. So whatever little knowledge I have in this particular field, and more particularly the post-harvest management of fruits and vegetables. So this is my topic, the post-harvest loss reduction. And I always believe this is the key of the sustainable development goal of even SDG 12. Probably all of you know the SDG 12, which reflects on or which talks about to ensure the sustainable consumption and production. Next slide, please. Whenever we talk about the sustainable consumption and production, somewhere around the post-harvest management play a very significant role. I'm happy this morning the chairman of today's plenary session, the vice chancellor of this particular university, he also made a mention of the post-harvest management. And this particular slide, you just see, I mean, the UN in the recently published report in 2020, in the Global Hunger Index, our position, the position of our country is 94 out of 107. So the position of India that reflects how poor we are, even though we produce the maximum fruit grain, even though we have been producing lot many fruits and vegetables, but still our position is 94. And that's why I have rightly chosen the topic post-harvest loss reduction, key to ensure sustainable consumption and production. As you know, the global post-harvest loss, it is somewhere around 22 to 25% as per the FAO report of 2022. And if we really talk about the real economic loss, I vividly remember when I was a young senior scientist way back in 2000, I did a small study on post-harvest loss in 6 different horticultural crops in Assam. You just imagine 22 year back, and which I published in 2003 or 2004. Our first popular article on post-harvest loss was appeared in Indian Food Packer. Probably many of you know that particular journal, Indian Food Packer. So that time our survey suggested in the Assam alone, the post-harvest loss from 6 horticultural crops was to the tune of 8,000 crores. Some 22 years back I'm talking about. From a tiny state of Assam, the post-harvest loss was more than 8,000 crores. And that time when we worked out, maybe 2005-06, the post-harvest loss from most of the horticultural crop, the pan-India was somewhere around more than 50,000 crores. I do not know what is the latest figure of the economic impact of post-harvest loss of many of the perishable commodities, including that of the horticultural crops. And so far in our country, and for that matter in many of the country, till date, we do not have any post-harvest loss and management policy, which is really the need of the hour. Many European countries, they have already started, but then the developing country like ours, even though we realize the post-harvest loss is very high to the tune of more than 30% in our country, but then still there is no policy in place. So that is the need of the hour. Little while from now, I'll talk about that particular policy. A major challenge to the post-harvest loss reduction from the policy point of view, we do not have the authenticated data. So data is somewhere the true data we do not have. So for post-harvest loss is concerned, even though the ACRIP PHC, we tried our level base to have the very good quality data, but still today we do not have very good data on the post-harvest loss of entire crops of our country. And even when we surveyed the literature of review, we did little bit literature survey. Even till today, the UN declared SDG, probably all of you know Sustainable Development Goal. But then whenever we talk about the Sustainable Goal 12.3, the 12.3 refers to reducing the post-harvest loss at least by 50% by 2030. That is 12.3 SDG goal. So when we reviewed the literature, we found no such credible, initiative from all corners, whether it is government of India, government of many states, or any organization like us. We have not done much to satisfy the SDG goal 12.3. Next slide, please. So probably many of you know these are the drivers of post-harvest across different value chain. So when we talk about the value chain of different fruits and vegetables, so we clearly divide into 4 stages or 4 phases. The first one is harvesting and primary processing. Second one is storage and crop protection. The third one is processing. The fourth one is market linkage. Next. So these are the drivers. I always believe, many of my young scientists, when I joined as a principal scientist, one of my colleague, Dr. Ramesh Jadhav, he was here. 2007, I joined as a principal scientist in ICR NH region. When I gave some kind of assignment to my young scientists, let us start working on the indices, maturity indices, to determine at what time a particular fruit or vegetable should be harvested. They said, sir, is it a good work to do? Many of them, they really were not, notice the importance of the post-harvest, the issues, more particularly the maturity indices. The harvesting of commodity is the key issue to reduce the loss. And many of us, including me, till today, we do not give much emphasis on the harvesting. What time a particular crop should be harvested, still we do not know. We follow the same method. ठीक है, पग ripening हो गया तो harvest कर लो. Still we follow that particular process, and that creates lot of problem. That creates lot of problem. Total absence of the pack house system. Even though we have invested a lot of money, but it is almost non-existent. Like that way, we do not have any, credible information about the prices and the demand of a particular commodity. Even though there has been some initiative here and there, but these are some of the drivers which I personally feel, these particular factors are really responsible for post-harvest loss of various fruits and other horticulture crops. Next slide, please. So still there are some inadequacies. So inadequacy in the form of lack of awareness, limited access to the finance, and even though we do have processing centers, but we have very little processing center near to the fruits and vegetable orchards. Wherever there are abundance of fruits and vegetable in that particular vicinity, these particular things may not hold good for the northern and southern Indian condition, but these are very, very relevant for the distant places like northeastern hill region. Entire eastern Asian region, we do not have the processing facility near to the farm. Farmers are not aware about all those kind of things. And even though there are factories, the factories are not supported or not educate supply with the proper material. That's why I have written the uninterrupted and inconsistent supply of raw material. There may be a factory for processing, but then the factory is not being run, it is to its fullest capacity. So these are some of the problems. We have a lot of machineries. We have customized it. We are very good in customizing the different machineries based on our requirement. But our farmers, our entrepreneurs, many of us, many young entrepreneurs, when I talk with them, they are almost reluctant to invest on the innovative equipments or infrastructure. So until and unless we really invest on the modern technology, modern innovations, merely investing some money or keeping some budget is not going to help us. Finally, we need to invest a lot of money for modernization of our infrastructure in technology development and for the development of the total valuation of horticulture crop. Next slide, please. Next. So these are some of the things which I next. You see, these are the leasing models in many of the Western countries they have been following. Of course, in India also people have started taking. These are the different leasing models. We may not have the facilities, but then these are the four models which are being practiced. Even in India also we have started practicing, but in many of the places these particular models are not being practiced. But if we really practice, so we can really reduce the post-harvest loss. Really reduce the post-harvest. Pay-per-use model, probably many of you know. Franchise model B2B. B2B is very, very common. B2B in any company, B2B is very, very common. Peer-to-peer lending model, it has just started in many of the places. I know, many of you know. Sublease model, this is almost absent in our country. So we'll have to bring it back, or we'll have to, if we follow all those kind of things, probably there is every possibility of reducing the post-harvest loss, if not to 20% from 30%, at least 20 to 23% in next 4-5 years we can reduce. Next slide, please. So whenever we talk about the management of the post-harvest disease and disease of fruits and vegetables, so we need to adopt certain strategy in the line of to keep the fruits disease free, symptom free until it is marketed or consumed by the consumers. And there are certain innovative technology. Many of you know, many of the technology are not new. Say for example, gamma irradiation technology is not new, but still many of us in many of the states are still not being used, despite being the fact that it's a very good technology. Cold plasma technology, high pressure processing pulse electric field. These are old technology, but then it has got very good relevance. Natural plant products of, but it is coming up in a big way in our country even. Use of microbial anthologies, it is also, people have started working in this particular field. Infrared radiation based technology is already there in the field. I mean, those of the company who export the fruits to the Western country, they always use this particular technology to detect whether that particular fruits or vegetable is infested with certain fruits, certain, I mean, diseases or pests. They always follow this particular, but then still, I mean, the user is very, very limited. Use of biotechnical tools, probably all of you know, biotechnology is the only answer for even today to develop many of the variety which are resistant to multiple pests and diseases. So we need to really work very, very hard in this particular field. Protected cultivation, hydroponics, these we have made some mark, but then if we systematically follow, probably we can drastically reduce the post-harvest loss of many of the fruits and vegetables. Next slide, please. So these are the advances. If we look around, we can see the advances in the logistic and cold chain management, particularly based on radio frequency identifications, satellite communications, and cloud-based data accumulation, so as to get the real-time information and monitoring. So these are the future technology. I mean, it may be future technology for us, but then people in the West, they have already started using this particular technology. But in India, slowly, it has started coming to our country as well. Development of faster reefer vessels. The National Horticulture Board, the Government of India has been giving a lot of emphasis for establishment of direct transport lines and shorter turnaround time in the port. Probably this year budget you must have seen almost 10 lakh crore has been earmarked for infrastructure development, and big chunk of money will go for the infrastructure development of, I mean, the agriculture and horticulture crops. So that is a good thing that is going to happen in next few years. And use of robotics is again a very important area where we really need to do. I mean, in fact, many of the startup they have started working on it, but then we are still long way to go. Digitalized grading and sorting of fruits and vegetables. We are still very poor compared to many of the Western countries. So these are some of the random thoughts or advances in the logistic which we need to work upon in a very systematic way so as to reduce the post-harvest loss of fruits and vegetable and other perishable commodities. Next slide, please. So these are the advances in retail packaging. I still remember when we were a PhD student at IRI. I mean, I'm talking about 2022 years back. So we worked on a modified atmospheric packaging. The story remained the same. We developed the technology some 2022 years back, but if we see in the ground, these particular technologies are still not being used. Technologies are not new, but only thing the things are not seen the real light in the ground. So we the extension specialists or we the faculty, we the students will have to take certain kind of responsibility to teach these things to the farmers, the end users. So these are some of the things. Of course, the nanotechnology based edible coating and film, these are also not new. Semperfresh, Strayfresh, many of you must have heard. Now our own ISHRD institute, they have also developed various edible coating so as to enhance the shelf life of many of the fruits and vegetables. Edible coating technology is not new, but then the things is based on our own available material, we have to develop some kind of, I mean, material which we need not to get it imported from elsewhere. We'll have to produce our own material so as to coat the fruits and vegetables to extend the shelf life. And biosensor based convenient packaging. This is the real story. And this particular technology is going to hit the market sooner or later because this particular technology has got a lot of impact because biosensors are going to be used at a very large scale in next few years. Next slide, please. So these are the technology innovations, particularly the youngsters. We all are very much accustomed to the use of apps, particularly radio frequency identification tags. Now enable automatic and drying pricing daily. You see, the moment you insert a particular tag, the tag will give you the information remotely how long that particular product is going to last. So you need not to really open the packet. Simply remotely seeing in your computer or your, I mean, mobile, you can really know what would be the shelf life of that particular commodity. So that kind of technology, I mean, is the key to the post-harvest loss reductions. Apps such as Tesco Fair Share, Food Clouds, these are already there. I mean, if you search the Google, you will find all those kind of information, and this will really help to give a alert to the partners and it is in order to ensure surplus food. Because whenever there is surplus food, so that people down the line they know and they can immediately collect it and they can use it for future purpose. The commercialization of smart refrigeration devices of camera. Our generation, we never saw preparation of card inside a refrigerator. Now you keep a card for 12 hours inside a refrigerator, you keep milk, you'll get a card within 12 hours. So the technology has been so much advanced. Now the next generation technology, you keep anything inside your refrigerator, put a sensor there, look without opening the door, sitting in your room or your drawing room, looking at the sensor, you can realize whether your food that you have kept inside the refrigerator is all right or not. So that kind of technology is going to play a very significant role in the years to come. Next slide, please. So these are the topic why I have chosen. In my initial present status, I have mentioned we have not yet adopted the real policy to reduce the post-harvest loss. So until and unless we adopt certain policy, we really cannot satisfy the SDG 12.3 because the SDG 12.3 refers reducing the post-harvest loss globally from 22% to at least 10 to 11%, 50%. That will happen only when we have the policy. The policy refers consumer awareness campaign and publicity on anti-food waste. Whenever we go to any restaurant, yesterday when I was traveling from Delhi to this place, I entered in a restaurant in between, and I found just in front of me a family was sitting. They ordered for some food item, and to my utter surprise, 20% food they consume, 70% food they kept it there and they left. Had it been in a European country, they would have been immediately fined. Since we are in India, nobody is concerned about. They paid for it. Probably they paid more than 1,000 rupees. They were 3-member family. They consumed only 25% of it, and 75% was waste. You see the irony. Somebody in the street, they are not getting any food, and the people like us, because we have money, we ordered, we could not consume it, and we kept it and leave it. So that's why a policy is required to make awareness. We need to, probably in my opinion, there should be a policy of imposing tax and tariff on generation of food waste. Already 18 European countries, they have adopted it. Why not India can adopt it? We must adopt this kind of policy. Otherwise, we will remain poor in the years to come. Even though we produce 330 million horticulture crops, we are self-sufficient in food grain, but then still people are in hunger. Because still people who need really food, they do not get sufficient food, and people who have money, they purchase food, they waste it. So that's why this particular aspect, the imposition of tax or tariff on generation of food waste, is the key issue. Probably we need to draw a recommendation from this particular conference today. Next slide, please. Then these are some of the plausible policy recommendations to embark on SDG 12.3. Reduce, reusing, recycling, and composting food waste. This is possible. This is very much possible. Using food banks to allocate food that would otherwise be wasted. People have already started it, and we should go a little bit aggressively. Installing a public freeze outside restaurant. I don't think this is a very costly affair. It is very easy. Whenever somebody left the food, immediately we can keep it in the refrigerator. Somebody needy, we can call them, okay, there are some leftover food. If you are interested, come and take it. It is still very fresh. So that kind of thing we can really do. Conducting food waste audits. This is never being done in our country. I still remember when I was for a 3-month training in Netherlands, way back 2005-6. So during that time, I saw the food auditors, they visit the restaurants, the 5-star hotels, to see is there any leftover food. So auditing since 2005-6 I'm talking about. But then here in our country, we do not have. So this should also, we need to focus in this particular area. Implementing initiative in restaurants, such as allowing clients to take away. Of course, we have started. Whenever we go to the restaurant, many times I personally, if I cannot finish, we simply tell them, you pack my food, I'll take it and I'll consume it next day. This has started in our country, but then in many places it has still not been started. Implementing initiative in retail outlet, such as reducing prices of end stock. Like you go to any garment store, there is always stock clearance sale. Always stock clearance sale. Can you not introduce a similar kind of thing in the food items? Definitely we can. Definitely we can, provided we have the mechanism to install the public refrigeration facilities. Then we can also go like stock clearance, food clearance. Of course, the government of India, they have already started by giving the free rations to the family. It is nothing but a policy of stock clearance. In the FCI go downs, there are hundreds of tons of food grain So Government of India, they have during COVID time, they have initiated this policy of stock clearance. So similar kind of things we need to start in the perishable commodities. Finally, next, these are some of the recommendations for improving quality management and reducing. These are not new kind of thing, but then I'd like to refresh your mind because many of us, we have been talking about this kind of thing. But then until and unless we, the people who urge upon the government to make certain policy document, probably nobody will tell. So this is the right forum. That's why strengthen human resource and institutional capabilities to support post-harvest system development. We have done very good research on variety development, whether it is fruits or vegetables. But then we have not done much on the post-harvest management aspect, particularly the awareness generation, strengthening capacity of farmers and stakeholders. We have strengthened the capacity of our farmers for raising the crop, but then the capacity of the farmers for post-harvest management is still a key issue. I still remember whenever our farmers they harvest mango, how they harvest in many of the places, they simply zag the tree. And you go to any market, tomato market, what they will do, they will throw tomato as if tomato is a boulder. It's not a vegetables. The moment you throw a particular fruit, there is always an injury. An injury gives a lot of, it creates a lot of changes inside, and that helps in first deterioration of that particular fruit and vegetable. So that is why the awareness is very, very important. Strengthen educational and research institution to include extension approach in the curriculum. Somehow probably we need to think about in this particular, and promote and facilitate the establishment of district and regional network for information and technology exchange. My final slide, next. The final takeaway from the above discussion, I feel we need to focus on adopting the technology. Until and unless we focus on the newer technology, we really cannot reduce the cost of ownership of the solution. So if we focus on the technology, we can reduce the cost of ownership of the solution. And with this, I conclude and I request the organizer kindly take certain recommendations from these presentations, put before the government of India or put before the different government, because until and unless we go for it, nobody is thinking in a big way about the post-harvest loss reduction. Because to satisfy the SDG goal 12.3, that is reducing the 50% post-harvest loss, until or unless we have this kind of policy, it will be a mere slogan in India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your words. Now I would like to invite Dr. T. Janki Ram, Vice Chancellor, YSR Horticulture University, Andhra Pradesh. He served IIHR Bangalore over 20 years and served as Head Division of Floriculture and Landscaping at IARI New Delhi during 2009 to 14. As an accomplished plant breeder at IIHR Bangalore, he developed and released 6 Chinester varieties, 10 chrysanthemum and 4 hybrids of tuberose, 5 gladulus and 5 chrysanthemum varieties at IARI New Delhi. Recognizing his meritorious work in floriculture, he was awarded PNASF Gold Medal Award in 2008, HSI Gold Medal in 2009, Lotus Puraskar in 2010, Dr. B.H. Jain Award for Excellence in 2013, Distinguished Scientist Award in 2012, Best Scientist Award in 2018, and many more. Now, I would like to invite Dr. T. Janki Ram on the stage to share some knowledge with us.
Thank you very much for those good words. Sabhi ko namaskar. Good afternoon. And today, really, I am overwhelmed and very happy to be part of this, a very meaningful, progressive horticulture conclave. At the outset, I would like to thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. M.S. Chauhanji, and Professor R.K. Pathakji. Really, we are very fortunate to have his presence today, and who is known as Man of Amla when we are talking about the nutrition security in horticulture. And the very important, a dynamic organizer, Dr. Dwivedi ji, whom I consider a very enthusiastic and who is interested in taking the horticulture sciences forward. For example, the way he organized and thought of this Horti Talk series by Progressive Horticulture is an example. During COVID time, really, he has taken forward the knowledge of horticulture to each one of us. And really, I must congratulate him for this great feat. And also, this conclave is very important. That is the horticulture science-led technologies, which is the need of the hour and very important. Just to substantiate that, before I flag some issues on horticulture, I thought I'll present before you the scenario of horticulture in Andhra Pradesh and the initiatives taken in horticulture, and also the important initiatives taken by Dr. YSR Horticultural University in Andhra Pradesh. And when we talk about the doubling of the farmers' income, the employment generation, women empowerment, skill development, and the nutrition security, it is the only horticulture can address all these issues. And today, as appropriately it is said, the progressive horticulture or horticulture sciences led by the scientific innovations. As we know today, really, we can boast of the horticulture development in our country as we achieved almost 340 million tons, surpassing the food grain production in our country for the past 5-6 consecutive years. And another thing is that almost 33% of the gross value addition, this is possible by horticulture. And we all know that last 60 years, when we see the changes in different sectors, it is 4 times in cereals, 6 times in milk, 9 times in fisheries, but in horticulture, it is 10 times. And also, we have seen the horticulture growth over the years. In case of area, it is 3.8%, production is 6.8%, and production is 2.4%. So this is all because of the science-led research. So today, this conclave, the theme is very appropriate, revolving around this. And I just would like to flag some of the issues. Though we achieved and celebrating the success of horticulture research and development in our country, there are major challenges. And what we can do and take some of the future initiatives. This must be one slogan that the progressive horticulture can take forward. That is, which is very important. Though we have achieved the food security, the nutritional security, and we are talking about the aesthetic security, but now it is the safe food concept that has to be thought. When we are boasting of achieving the productivity per hectare, but I think now onwards, it is not the question of what quantity we are producing, but what quantity of the safe food we are consuming. So I think the new slogan should be nutrition per hectare. I think that should be our motto in future. And also some of the important technologies. Today, even the new education policy, it clearly says that we need to inculcate or develop skilling, particularly making the students as entrepreneurs. Today, I feel this is one conclave. We have seen so many students attending this conclave. That is one of the, I can say, good sign. And I think they are the future for horticulture. And I think this is one thing we need to inculcate in them, that they should not be job seekers, but they should be job providers. I think this message also should be taken by the students today. And as Dr. Pathak ji sitting here, I think the future also we need to take this organic farming forward, because this is only the solution for keeping all of us healthy and wealthy. I think this is one initiative we need to advance. And of course, this will also give the environmental and also the economic benefits for our country. And another one is, there are many technologies needs to be still standardized. And just now, Dr. Dekaji has presented a very important, the post-harvest aspect. And the need of the hour is that still we need to produce the processable varieties which are required. I think that is one aspect we need to concentrate. And today we are all talking about the partnership PPP model. I think now the universities, the institutions are also thinking of PPP model, and many collaborative programs also is taken further. I think now the involvement of the private, the universities, institutions is need of the hour. And another one is the encouraging the gap by this is also lacking in our country. And one of the SARC meetings when I attended in Nepal in 2018, I think many countries they are forward even in labeling for the gap. I think this is one thing that is to be taken by this society. And of course, the now in food grains or food crops, we are thinking of the biofortified varieties. I think slowly now we in horticulture also, our ICR article science universe organizations have really developed good number of varieties. For example, in pomegranate and cauliflower, and even they are trying to develop in potato. And looking into the challenges like the quality planting material is one major issue, and making them available to the farmers is one issue. And second one is morning also that Chauhan Saab is selling the rain-fed horticulture needs very much attention. It has its own challenges, and marketing, of course, is another challenge post harvest, and we need to work in the direction that produce more from less, and also the climate change, climate resilient varieties we need to develop, and of course malnutrition still we need to address. Keeping all this capsule of the issues, just I would like to give a overview of horticulture development in our state, Andhra Pradesh, and also I would like to use this platform to share some of our initiatives taken by our university for the benefit of the particularly the students who are present here. Yeah. When we, take as a country, as I mentioned, we have achieved almost very satisfying, production. As far as the Andhra Pradesh state is concerned, the horticultural crops are grown on area of 17.84 lakh hectares with any yield of almost 312.34 lakh million tons. And now Andhra Pradesh is one of the major hubs, particularly for horticulture. And it is also first in terms of fruits and spices producing area, particularly the minor spices. And second, in terms of micro irrigation area coverage. And even recently, during the regional committee meeting held at Bhubaneswar, ICR, this is one thing which was highlighted during in that meeting. Next. And the compound annual growth rate of horticulture production for the year 2021 is 4.7, and this is the indicator that the trend of horticulture production in the state is growing. And Andhra Pradesh has emerged as the largest producer of fruits in the country. Particularly, it contributes almost 15.6% of the total production at the national level. The state ranks first in productivity of oil palm. Now oil palm is one plantation crop after, Telangana and northeastern regions. This is the one state where the plantation of oil palm is growing, and the government of Andhra Pradesh has given a target of area expansion program from this year onwards. And as you know, there is a oil palm mission also approved by government of India. And also we rank first in papaya, lime, cocoa, and Andhra Pradesh is the only state of having highest area in cocoa, and also the yield wise, and of course tomato, coconut, and chilies, and second in cashew, mango, sweet orange, and turmeric in our country. Andhra Pradesh, of course, I have already mentioned the area and the production. Thank you. Next. And the new crops, and we are also thinking of diversification, because now the food habits are also changing, and we have lot of new fruits and vegetables adding into our horticulture basket. And in this, we are also increasing our area under dragon fruit, then even Taiwan guava, Mauritius variety of pineapple, particularly in high altitude areas of Chintapalli, and strawberry, cinnamon, nutmeg, Japanese mint, improved varieties of black pepper. Thanks to ICR, Indian Institute of Spices Research, we could introduce new varieties of this cinnamon and also the nutmeg from this institute, and giving it to the farmers in a multiple cropping system. And of course, this all will lead to generate more income. And this is a great initiative taken by the horticulture department. And I already mentioned, it is also largest producer of cocoa. And of course, Andhra Pradesh covered with 10% of the total area under micro irrigation, and 15% of the total area under drip in our country. Among top 10 districts under micro irrigated area coverage in the country, 2 districts, that is Anantapuram, again, which is very important for arid fruits cultivation, like the pomegranate is grown on larger area. And during 21-22, almost an additional area of 62,271 hectares was brought under horticulture crops. This is a magnificent, development. And the organic farming is given importance. And recently, the Andhra Pradesh government has constituted a committee to make a policy for organic agriculture in the state. And of course, this is promoted in 11,250 hectares for mango, cashew. Already cashew is one area under naturally it is organic. And our university has taken initiative, like there is one place, Pandirimamidi, Kakavada village. Our KBK, Pandirimamidi, has taken initiative to take forward and got the organic certification for cashew in this area. So these are some of the initiatives to promote organic horticulture or agriculture in Andhra Pradesh. And of course, major crops in protected area, we grow capsicum and cucumber and chrysanthemum, gerbera, carnation, orchids. And Chintapalli area is known for orchid cultivation, where we have center of excellence in our university. And it is also biggest exporter of banana, particularly from Kadapa district, where we have a dedicated institution at Pulivendula, that is Horticulture Research Station for banana research. And during 2021, almost 94 1,571 metric tons of banana have been exported from Andhra Pradesh. And of course, some of the initiative like, Thotabadi, there is one program where the all horticultural technologies are taken to the farmers through this Thotabadi program. Almost it covers 8,75,850 farmers under this program. Next. So just coming to our university, Dr. YSR Horticulture University is second of its kind in our country after Dr. Y.S. Parmar University of Horticulture and Forestry. And this was established in the year 2007, and of course 2011, after bifurcation, it was renamed as Dr. YSR Horticulture University. Of course, as other universities, our mandate is also research, education, and extension. Next. And we have 4 colleges, which have out of that 2 colleges, they impart MSc, PhD, and UG, and 2 colleges are for undergraduate programs. That is, one is at Parvatipuram, and another one is at Chinlatrapi. And almost all our presence is in all the 26 districts of Andhra Pradesh. Apart from that, we have 20 research stations working on crop specific. For example, recently we added another research station which is mainly dedicated to the coastal line, and that is Srikakulam district, covering coconut and cashew. And we have important institutions like coconut. HRS Ambajipet is known for coconut varieties. I'll be covering those in next slides. And likewise, we have celebrated 50 years of research in citrus in HRS Tirupati station. And also, the Lam farm at Guntur is known for its chilies varieties. Almost 70% of these varieties are grown in Andhra Pradesh. And it has been acknowledged by the ITC, which is one of the major organizations looking after the exports of chilies in Andhra Pradesh. And we have also 4 very vibrant Krishi Vigyan Kendras. One is at our university campus, Venkatraman Gunam, and my esteemed colleague, Dr. Karnashri, Director Extension, is also present in this conclave. And we also have a dedicated KVK serving the, particularly the agency area, the tribal farmers. And another 2 stations we have at Periyavaram and another in Kadapa district, that is Vonipeta area. And of course, Polytechnic 4 colleges we have, and also the private affiliated colleges. Next. And till now, almost we have awarded 3,234 students. And only thing I would like to mention here that none of these students are unemployed. And all they observed in government jobs, universities, and even some of the students are pursuing their higher studies in different countries like US, Turkey, Poland, and Australia. Next. Of course, our university recently got the ICR accreditation as A grade. And for the last 3 years, we got 2nd rank ICR award at national level, securing highest number of JRFs at national level. And we are also happy that all our students got admitted into different national universities. Even morning, I could meet one of my students here at this prestigious University, GB Pant, University of Agricultural Technology, which is ranked as number one among the all SAUs in the country. That is, we feel pride of our students getting admitted into this kind of universities. Of course, we are also time to time, as part of human resource development, our scientists, even up to the level of drivers, they are given the training at various levels. Next. Of course, we have smart colleges, classrooms, thanks to ICR for supporting these infrastructure facilities. Next. Even to encourage English among the students to make them more confident and appear for the international examinations like TOEFL and GRE, we established English language laboratories in all the 4 colleges. And really, that is yielding very encouraging results. This is one initiative we have taken. Next. And in order to bring more awareness about the diversity of different horticulture crops, we have established the repository of 70 medicinal and aromatic crops at Dhanvantri Park. And the students, they themselves maintain these parks. And also the biodiversity park, where 70 indigenous, trees, flowering trees are maintained in this park. And one of the major initiative that the university has taken a flagship program of conserving the ethnic vegetable, fruits and flower varieties which are available in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And we also established recently having 200 varieties of roses, Dr. B.P. Pal Rose Garden, which is the inspiration from IRA. Dr. Sindhu is here. Next. And of course, our students also involved in RIO, which is also taken in all the universities. Next. Next. And we have excellent facilities of digital library. Next. Next. Of course, these are all just, and another one is, I just would like to mention that crop-based focused years we are celebrating. For example, last before year, we have celebrated year of coconut. Last year, it was year of citrus. This year, we are celebrating year of banana. Because these focused celebrations have really brought a very positive results. Because during the year of coconut year, 4 of our coconut varieties got gazette notification in central level. Last year, we could release part of citrus year celebration. One is Vakula high yielding variety in lime. And this year, we are celebrating year of banana. Next. Of course, we are also supported by ICR, having various ASRP on fruits, arid fruits, palms, cashew, vegetables, spices, nematodes, medicinal and aromatic crops. These are the different ongoing programs under ASRP. Next. Of course, though it is 15 years, any university, and before bifurcation, the university could release a very promising variety. For example, recently 10 of our varieties got state release and state gazette notification. And some of these varieties which are important are chilies. As you know, last 2 years, the farmers are facing major challenge of new thrips species, that is black thrips. And our university could make big campaign and also released 4 varieties which are partially resistant to this black thrips and also the major problem of leaf curl virus. And of course, coriander, this is one of the very important variety. According to the ISHRD report, the minor spices, particularly the coriander varieties released by the university, they occupy more than 70% area grown in our state. And we have also colocasia, cassava and fenugreek, banana, which is a culinary variety we release, and coconut. And this is one major, uh, initiative and proud feeling that all these 4 varieties are grown widely by the farmers. And recently, our Godavari Ganga variety also got recommendation in the state of Odisha. Next. Of course, national level also, our varieties got gazette notification. For example, in turmeric, ajwan, and tamarind. I would like to mention, Dr. Saroj is here, the tamarind 2 varieties. They are, very popular because one variety, this Amalika, variety, Rudina variety, which is having excellent red colored, pigmentation in its pulp, and this is great demand. Even we can prepare these small toffees, which can be consumed by the children. Next. And the university recently, we are also concentrating on development of the biofortified varieties. We have released such varieties in amaranthus, dalicas, and also sweet potato. Next. And we are also strong in biological control agents, particularly the spiraling whitefly has become menace in plantation crops, particularly coconut, oil palm. And one of such laboratories, which is producing these bio agents for the control of these pests from HRS Ambajipet, we got a Best Center recognized award from NBAR recently. And also we have commercialized for 6 companies on this technology. One is from Chennai and other companies from Andhra Pradesh. Now 2 of them performing on a larger scale and supplying to the farmers. Next. Next. Yeah, next. We have state-of-the-art facilities, the Center of Excellence. Here, I would like to mention, special mention for our COE of producing quality seedlings to the farmers. We have the Center of Excellence of having 1 crore seedling capacity. And this year, we could almost, supply 45 lakh seedlings to the farmers in and around our university. And we also have a Center of Excellence for Orchid, and the only one facility in the country, the Center of Excellence for Palmyra. And we have a screen house to produce disease index, the virus index plants of citrus at HRS Tirupati. And shortly, we are also going to, start our quality control laboratory at LAM, where we can also, have this residue analysis and heavy metals analysis facility. Next. Yeah, next. Of course, I just next. Next. And all our nurseries, particularly for cashew, cocoa, coconut, and citrus, all recently got star rating by National Horticulture Board. Next. These are the commercialization of our technologies, where the Honorable Vice Chancellor was mentioning in the morning. I think this is required by all the universities to become self-sufficiency in their funding. Next. Coming to the dissemination of the technologies to the farmers, we have strengthened the extension services in our university. Thanks to Dr. Karnashri, Director Extension, and also Dr. B. Srinivas Garu, who is our farmer DE. They have taken lot of initiatives in making digital extension strong in our university. This is one flagship program we started, Vice Chancellor to Village. That is Mana Gramam, Mana Vishwavidyalaya, where we have adopted 2 villages under all our 42 institutions, where different kind of activities, including bringing awareness about the horticulture courses in our university at various schools which are present in these villages. And also various activities like, we have electronic wing, the community radio station, where we cover almost 15 kilometer radius. All our extension programs are broadcast. And even our students are also part of this initiative. And of course, farmers awareness center is created, and the plant production awareness cell is created, and farmers advisory cell is there. And also we created the Horti News, that is Udyana Vani, then Udyana Vartalu, phone-in programs, then e-kiosk, Udyana Mitra, Udyana Bandhu, which is an app which is reaching almost more than 10,000 farmers in our state. And we are also strong in making this FPOs. Our KVKs have promoted almost 4 to 5 FPOs, particularly in mushroom, and also the value addition, promoting particularly the women group. Next. These are some of the new initiatives to promote these students, to make them entrepreneurs. Before year, we conducted Students Readiness Program in coconut, and likewise for citrus. And I am happy that more than 1,200 students across the country participated and got the benefit from this program. And of course, even the village adoption programs also, we are disseminating our knowledge through Udyana Panchangam, where we cover more than 89 horticulture crops, their cultivation aspects, plant protection aspects, and so on. Next. Of course, we also signed MOUs with national institutions, and recently we introduced NRI sponsored quota for the students, and also to promote the children of agri-based industries, industry quota we have also introduced. Next. Yeah, next. These are the new initiatives under extension, YouTube channel, crop-wise technological WhatsApp groups. Next. Yeah, this is the app, Udyana Bandhu app, and even we created Udyana Bandhu with the scientists, the Department of Horticulture officials. Next. And as a part of to promote this horti-tourism, we started Udyana Yatra in our university, where in first and third Saturday, all the government colleges, other institutions, postgraduates, graduates, they visit our university, and we have created 9 teams which are important to horticulture, and they learn about horticulture. And this will definitely attract these students taking into horticulture subject. Next. These are the different spots that we have identified part of the Udyana Yatra, Horticultural. Next. Yeah. This, of course, this year we are celebrating International Year of Millets because millets can't provide everything. And we thought there should be amalgamation between horticulture produce and also millets. Dr. Tiwari is here. When I was ADG, we have taken this initiative, Horti Millet Program, where 10 institutes have participated. Because of this initiative, I am happy that Directorate of Mushroom Research, Solan, they have developed 2 products, which was released by our Honorable Director General Tirochan Mahapatraji. Same initiative at our university we started, and we established a mini processing horti millet production. And now in all our officials meetings, we serve only these millet based cookies and biscuits. And Udyana Thali also we have introduced, wherein the millet produce is introduced. Next. Yeah. These are our some action plan. This year we plan. Next. Yeah. Another, in line with the government, planning to promote particularly the women empowerment. And we established a unit of processing cum skill unit, where we trained these women in our university in value addition, mushroom, and particularly in dry flower technology. This initiative has taken to a great success story. I think we all feel proud this success story, that we signed MOU last year with Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams, where these worshipped flowers, earlier they used to put it for making into manure, but now these worshipped flowers are made into different value added products like photo frames, keychains, pen stands, which were designed by the TTD and given to us. And we have established today a training center for these women. Today 162 women got employment, livelihood through this initiative. And now Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam presents these value added products to all the VIPs who are visiting to TTD. And recently, 2 of these trained women interacted with President of India, and she admired this initiative and congratulated these 2 women. And really, even our ISHRD, Home Minister, and many of and now devotees, they take home this Pushpa Prasadam along with the Prasadam which is supplied by TTD. Next. Yeah, of course, we are also trying to organize a very specified conferences. Recently, yeah, we organized the tribal horticulture conference. Next. Yeah, next. I think yeah, it is finished. Next. I think with this few thoughts, once again I thank the organizers for giving me this great opportunity, and also once again congratulate Dr. Dwivedi ji for taking this great initiative. And I know all are waiting for lunch. If I have taken more time, please excuse. Thank you very much.
Kadiam is known for nursery.
Yeah.
What initiative your university has taken and how it can be translated elsewhere?
Yeah. That's really good. Of course, that was there. I thought I have not explained. Yeah, Kadiam nurseries, I think that is the site to see. More than 2,000 nurseries are located in this area. And I think most of the plants which are coming to the nook and corner of the country are from Kadiam nurseries. And yes, sir. So to make more effective our collaboration, we have signed with the MOU with Sir Arthur Cotton Nurserymen Association. And we have also introduced, to make more awareness among the students, a lesson we introduced in BSc Horticulture. And because of this collaboration, we are going to establish tissue culture laboratory with the help of these farmers, where they wanted some interventions. And few of our students also working, and even we introduced this quota, as I told, industry quota. And most of these children of these Kadiam nurseries, they also got admitted into our message. So this is the one initiative. Yeah, yes, sir.
Mission for 3 years.
Yes, sir.
200 to 1,600. Ladies, how is there? Maximum response was from the Directorate of Horticulture of Andhra. So I must say, but there should be good, strong support from the university so that the research data is also available. So because you had been the ICR system only simply whatever the Directorate of Horticulture is doing, they are not going to accept. This is my request to you that the university involved in some of these places and if the data is available, then a very strong message can go.
Definitely, sir. I think we are very proactive, and I was talking to him, and we will definitely, even our students, whatever the feedback is given by the farmers, we allot at least 2 students. They are working for them. So every year 2 students we are allotting. And one more thing, compliments to the organizers, Dr. Dwivedi. It's a really unique topic you have chosen, because always the technology should be science-based. And today, just I'm sharing this kind of conferences will definitely remove myths, and even the technologies which are promoted by farmers, we need to, validation is required. That is science-based. And today, just morning, I received from my colleague. Recently, we thought because everybody is, attracted to tulips, only it grows in Kashmir and other high altitude. So we introduced to start in new areas, Lesianthes, we introduced. And recently, 15 varieties of tulips we have introduced. And one of the variety, tulip, has flowered in Venkatramanagudem campus. So, why I am telling, we can definitely take such initiatives, then new things can be introduced. So this kind of conferences will trigger that more. Yes, sir. Rajan, sir.
My submission is that that is a great seat as far as
Yeah.
again the problem where the university can intervene. Lot of material is carrying several of the nematodes, several of the diseases which are, because these are coming, these material is coming without passing these filters through. So university can play an important role to educate them, to somewhat have some mechanism where they can manage this problem.
Yeah, I fully agree, because whenever these nurseries, they are supplying the plants, it is going with the soil normally. It is also adding, that is a major problem. And we have made awareness programs. Slowly now farmers have realized, because after some time, the topsoil is distributed everywhere, but they don't have topsoil. So it will become a major, that also they are realizing now. And now soilless media, we have initiated some of the experiments in our COI. So slowly we are bringing them that they should use this soilless media. And our one of the Kovur station, our nematologist is also working on this nematode aspects and making more awareness. So slowly, I think future we can help them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing such an amazing knowledge with us. Now, I would like to invite Dr. R.K. Pathak, sir, President ISHRD, to present token of respect to Dr. B.C. Deka, sir, and Dr. T. Jankiram. Sir.
Yes, screen.
So thank you so much for the wonderful presentation by Dr. Deka and Dr. Janki Ram. It was all very thought-provoking. I know everybody is hungry. The food is waiting. So I request all of you to join us beside the college for the lunch. And we have got the sessions in the college itself, in the conference hall as well as in the smart classroom. So we need not to come here. Instead, we will be in the College of Agriculture for the rest of the sessions. So please, we will going there only. All the sessions will start from there only.